going on, everybody? Just wanted to do a quick video on how I place my corals in my tank. So I ended up doing a frag swap with a local guy I just met. Awesome guy, had some awesome corals, and I'm super excited. As you can see, I got these three aquaporas, that purple and green one. This blue one in the middle is probably my favorite. It's a smooth skin. It's just amazing. I also got three micro musas. This is the one in the back is probably my favorite. You know, super colorful. It's probably got 4 or 5 colors in there, and it's just you know, awesome. So very excited. You know, I ended up getting this plating Monty, and this is the third micro musa here. And I also got this Mystic Monty that I placed up here. It's red skin, blue, white polyps. When this thing gets established, those polyps really shine blue. It almost is like a LED effect because they're so bright. I did have one, another one in my tank, but my frog spawn ended up killing it. So it's super important, you know, to make sure you place these things in good spots, so they're getting the proper, you know, light and flow. So I'm gonna put those 3 acros right there where that bird's nest is. I have to move some stuff around to get that bird's nest brought down, but that spot is perfect for SPS corals like acros and bird's nests and stuff like that, just because where it's located. It's in the middle of the tank, high up, probably the highest point in the tank, so it's getting tons of light. And then you can see the RW20 there. It's pretty much pointed right at that rock, so it's getting a lot of flow as well. I mean, they're getting blasted. So I think that's why my acros are, you know, growing so well, because of the placement. You know, it's the middle of the tank. Like I said, it's not right against that power head, but those things are still pretty powerful, so they are still getting a lot of flow. So just making some room here to be able to make sure, you know, that bird's nest is stable and no other corals are getting in the way. I'm gonna take the frag plugs out of the tank. I'm just gonna pop the bottom of them off because they have completely encrusted the frag plug. So I don't want to remove them from the frag plug and end up losing some of that flesh or that skeleton of the coral. So here's that first frag plug. As you can see, the aquapora has completely wrapped around all the way underneath, and I'm just going to pop the bottom of that plug off to make it flat, so when I do glue it to the side of that rock, it's going to, you know, glue a lot better than, you know, sticking a 1/2 inch off. It's that easy. Get some pliers or some wire cutters, some snips or something, and it just pops off with a little bit of force. It's not too bad at all. Again, just pops right off. Be careful, you know, those things do go flying. So like I said before, gel super glue. It's got to be gel super glue, and it's probably best to dry off that frag plug. Make sure that the glue is sticking to that really well. It's a little bit harder in the tank, you know, you can't dry that rock off, but I'll kind of show you how I get around that. Again, be super generous with that glue. You want to make sure it's getting in all the crevices, the nooks, the crannies, and that it's going to get stuck, that it's going to stay there. So that's where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and you know, wiggle it around again, make sure it's getting all that glue kind of spread out and all over the rock. And you know, I like to lift it up a little bit to make sure that it is sticking to the rock and the frag plug, and then, you know, kind of holding it in place and finding that happy spot for it. And you know, it really only takes 5 to 10 seconds, you know, holding it there, and it's stuck. You know, it's not going to cure right away, but I'd say overnight it will be cured and you won't have to worry about it. You know, fish or snails or anything is not going to knock it off. So here's the second one. Just finished off that first tube of glue. I'm going to probably use about half of this one as well, just to make sure there's plenty of glue there to again fill in any spots on the rock to make sure that it gets very well secured. When you're doing this, you do want to be careful. If some glue comes off, your fish will probably think that it's food and could try to eat it. Well, as you can imagine, that's probably not going to be good for your fish. It can glue their mouth shut, and you could probably end up maybe losing a fish. So, by having a solid mound of glue on there, it's not going to drip off or anything like that. So, try to avoid sticking the tube of glue in the tank. There's usually some air inside those tubes, and then it creates a bubble, and then it makes that glue stream up, and then your fish end up trying to bite it. I haven't had that problem, but I have met a couple people that have had that happen, and I've seen pictures of glue coming out of the fish's mouth, and it's almost impossible to get it back off. So last and final frag, again, kind of wiggle it around. I lifted it up, make sure it was stuck, and then hold it probably 5 to 10 seconds, and then once you do, it is secured to the rock. So there it is, all the corals glued to the rock. I ended up moving some stuff around, so the tank's a little bit cloudy. I will try to get a clear picture in the morning, so you can kind of see, and then also the glue will be a little bit more cured in there. Here it is, the tank in the morning. Everything's cleared up really nice. 3 frags are still there, no problems, nothing knocked them off. I'm sure the glue is solid on there. As you can see, I moved my 2 plates to the middle and the 3 micro muses to the middle. And that's where they're happiest, on the bottom, low flow, lower light, kind of same with the plates. I also moved that favia in the front over there where the plate used to be to kind of be with these other 2 favias. That favia in the back with the yellow orange is the new one. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe.